Hi, my name's Tim Johnson. Life's a roller coaster, isn't it? A roller coaster ride that's exciting and sometimes, though, can take us down some deep, dark places. That roller coaster ride can deal us what we perceive to be sometimes some very bad hands, and some take us down some rabbit holes of despair, and perhaps we think we'll never find happiness again and feel like what's the point of carrying on, and feel like perhaps giving up on everything and everybody, giving up on life. And I certainly felt like that several years ago now. But then came, the realization, and I realized that life, if it goes in a straight line and never has any of these giant ups and downs, is like the line on a electrocardiograph. If it's straight and flat, then you're dead. But when it goes up and down, that's normal and you're alive. And that's like the last two videos I've made, that's a privilege and a miracle that you are alive. But sometimes it's easy saying that, and you can seem quite flippant saying that, because I've been down that dark rabbit hole of despair, and I know how hard it is to climb out of. But it can be done, and that's the point. And if you ever ask yourself, what's the point of carrying on? Why am I here? Well, I'm perhaps trying to explain that by using this saying which inspires me and continues to inspire me. And that's, the future is about men and women planting trees under whose shade they never plan to sit. And have a think about that for a second. Because if you ever ask yourself, what's the point? And you feel like giving up. Well, it's not about you. And just like myself several years ago, it's a really selfish attitude, because I was sitting in a dark room, destroying myself, contemplating suicide, and thinking I'd never find true happiness again. But I found it, and it's not easy. It's painful, because with pain comes learning, and through pain comes strength. But it's not an easy process. But as long as you understand that where you will find true happiness, or certainly where I've found true happiness, and in my experience most people do, is giving service to others through love and kindness to others. Because it's not about you. It's, if you feel like giving up, or that you'll never find happiness, it's not about just you. It's about what you can give to others. There's an old saying, isn't it? You can't change the world. But if you're nice and kind and loving to one person, or you give service to that person, you can change their world, even if it's just for a day. And if we all had that mentality, then we'd find that inner happiness. Because where most people find it at the moment is through selfishness and greed and grasping, and they want more. It's about the material world, more, the latest iPhone, the latest car, the latest designer clothes, houses, jobs, money. But that'll just slip through your fingers. That greed and that materialism will just slip through your fingers and won't bring you any sort of lasting happiness. What truly brings you, as I found, it took me 55 years to find it, is giving service to others. Because I think that's what we're here for. About planting those trees under whose shade we don't plan to sit. About passing on wisdom. About passing on kindness and love and generosity. That's what life is about, and that's what makes life worth living, and that's where you'll find that inner happiness. Even science proves that. Experiments prove that giving service and helping someone will bring you a massive release of feel-good chemicals. But it's not just about that. It's your soul. It's about what's inside of you, giving back to others. And also that self-realization will one day also bring you to a point where it doesn't really matter what, in this self-assessed world, what people think about you, or because you can't control it. As I said in my last video, you can only control your own thoughts and actions. And I'll use another quote now, because self-realization is a wonderful thing. And that quote is, "I'm not who I think I am. I'm not who you think I am. I am what I think you think I am." And have a think about that one as well, because in this self-assessed world, that's how we react. If we perceive others to think of us as weak, we think ourselves as weak. If we perceive others to think of us as good people and would, and give us affirmation, then we give ourselves affirmation. That doesn't work either. It doesn't work. The only things that really, really, truly work are generosity, love, kindness, and giving service. And that's our purpose, I think. If anyone was to ask me what our purpose is here on earth, that's what it is. That's what it is, to plant those trees. Thank you for listening. Life is always worth living. It's a roller coaster ride, but it's a beautiful one. Treasure every single moment of it, every second of it. And as I always say in these videos, Carpe Diem, seize the day, seize every second of it, and give back, give service, help someone. However small act of kindness is, it's needed in today's world, because it can change that person's world, and it will change your world. Much love to you. Take care. Bye-bye.